Hey guys, it's Stephen Freeborn here from freeborntrainingsystems.com, and real quick I want to talk to you guys about a really important distinction that I think doesn't get addressed a lot, and that is the difference between flexibility and mobility. So the largest difference being that one, flexibility is a representation of passive range of motion in your joints. And mobility is a representation of the active range of motion that you have in your joints. And the difference, one's passive, one's active, meaning, for example, like in yoga, a lot of poses are passive. They're extreme ranges of motions demonstrated in a passive manner, meaning that the person who's getting into that position is going to push and pull on themselves to manipulate themselves into those positions. Active would be like what we do with our strength training and a lot of our movement practices, which is actually us using our own intrinsic strength and musculature and control to pull and push ourselves into positions. And the important thing that separates these two concepts is really the notion of control. Passive range of motion is using ranges of motions that you may be able to control, but also ranges of motion that you can't control. Active ranges of motion limit you to only what you can control and what you have strength in. And in most cases, there's a huge disparity for most people between their flexibility and their mobility, meaning they have huge ranges of motion through passive ranges of motion that they have no control over, but their active range of motion is very small, so their mobility window is very small, and there's this huge kind of mobility deficit that needs to be brought up to truly turn all that passive range of motion into usable, actionable range of motion that can benefit you. So real quick, for just a visual example, this one's pretty easy, for flexibility's sake, being able to take your foot and pull it to your chest is passive range of motion. So that's flexibility. I can do that. But my active range of motion in that same motion is very small. I can't pull my foot up to, I can't myself pull my foot up to my shoulder near my chest as much as I can if I grab it and pull it up there for myself. So that would be a deficit, and to truly own that range, all that range of motion that I have there, I need to establish control, and that will help make me much less likely to get injured, because we tend to get injured at our extreme ranges of motion, either lengthened or shortened, and so capturing strength and control in those extreme ranges of motion helps protect us overall when we get into weird, funky angles in whatever movement practice we're doing, whether that's a sport, in the gym, any number of things. So, important concept. Flexibility's okay, but if you're chasing it in hopes that that somehow is going to make you better when you transition it to some kind of movement practice, you're going to be disappointed. However, if you're chasing mobility, the gains you make there are going to help and contribute to what you do in your movement practice. So if you're interested in how you can stop wasting your time trying to attack and gain useless ranges of motion and flexibility and begin to attack mobility, I'm going to direct you to this really great video I made discussing one of the #1 techniques for attacking your mobility. So you can click right there on the link on the screen. Hope you guys enjoyed this little talk and discussion about why we want to chase mobility, not flexibility, what the differences are between the two, and I hope you enjoyed the video that's going to show you exactly how you can gain more mobility. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'm hoping you guys are having a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Yeah, see you guys then.